Welcome to Death Valley National Park. And if you really want to understand this place, I flipped the phone around and you can look and see, as far as you can see, there's nothing. So we're heading out to Cerro Gordo, California, and we have to go through Death Valley National Park to get there. This has been an enjoyable trip, about 4 hours, and I just wanted to check in. Well, we're heading actually into Death Valley. This is the view of the valley. Luckily the temperature's only about 97 today, but I wanted to show you guys this. I stand corrected. The truck reads 93. These are the sand dunes in the valley of Death Valley. You can see when it rains, there's all kinds of washes, because it does rain in this valley. Pretty neat. We're now officially on the valley floor. It hit a whopping 111 degrees, and it's 5 o'clock in the evening. Welcome to Panamint Springs. So this is my view tonight of Death Valley. I'm just on the outskirts of Death Valley, and they got these cute little cabins that I'm staying in, and I'll show you that. It's absolutely beautiful. These are the cabins. Things that you really want to know where. Walk in, and it smells of pine. It's absolutely wonderful smelling. Very simple. Just a bathroom, a sink, and some pretty ornate wood. But it's air conditioned and a bed to lay your head, and you're between. Actually, there's really nothing. I drove probably 2 hours with no services whatsoever. So just a quaint place to lay your head. I just traversed from down there all the way up 8,000 feet. That was a sketch road. If you're ever on I-90, man, it's got cliffs on either side, and it was crazy. But I mean, way down there, come up an elevation of 6,000 feet, and we're moving down the road. Well, we're starting the trek up the dirt trail, the gnarly road that Brent always talks about, heading up to Cerro Gordo. There's Keeler. This is Owens Valley. So we're gonna make that trek 7.9 miles up the road. Now as we're around this corner, you'll notice that there are no guardrails and there are 1,000-feet cliffs going up to get into Cerro Gordo. 5 years ago, my father and I started a journey when we caught a video of Brent Underwood's devastating loss of the American Hotel. My father and I have had conversations over the last 5 years on every single video Brent has ever posted. My goal has been to come to this ghost town over the last 5 years, and I have finally arrived. I am hopeful still that Brent is on the property and not in Lone Pine. The American Hotel today. Today is Labor Day 2025. And I've driven up to Cerro Gordo. And that road was brutal coming up from Owens Valley. Jefferson Chimney. I'm hoping to see if I can get Brent. See if he's here. There's actually nobody here. Quite surprised. It's a little bit of a hike to get up to the flagpole, but we'll do it. The old church / now movie theater.
In Brent's research, he believes this is a mule corral. This is an ore cart that was brought up from the mine. And this is one of the buckets from the Cerro Gordo Aero Tramway, which went from Cerro Gordo down to Keeler. Oftentimes, the miners would ride this up and down, and they had a feeling of being in the air. It was quite interesting.
Coming into the museum at Cerro Gordo. Tons of neat artifacts. It's amazing how much stuff he's actually pulled out of this mine. Hammers and shackles, telegraph machine. Old gun, a couple of old guns. Of course, merch. Cash registers. Brent's book. Lola's House of Pleasure, or Pleasure Palace. Back in the day, this is where they had bunk beds to knock one out, for lack of a better term. Looks like there's still some old bunk beds in there. Used to be lighting in here. Very, very old. Rooms that have been found. The old general store. Tell you, the flies are bad. Old jack to hold the ceiling up for some reason. Scales. And then the assayer's office. Very, very old. Brent's done a good job of cataloging all this stuff.
For legal reasons, we were not allowed to go into the Hoist house. I have to apologize on this next segment. The wind picked up pretty heavily.
Kind of windy up here. Chair to sit in up here, overlooking Death Valley. Down there. There's a lot of these in California. They've just filled in the hole that they dug for the safety of people. Using old bed springs and things like that. Been dug out. Wouldn't do ourselves justice if we didn't come up and see the animals. Here's the alpacas. A couple of them. I'll have to look at the videos to see who's who. A couple of goats. 3 or 4 goats and some chickens. Really neat. The animals really do make this place. Got the big boy. I'll have to find out what his name is. I'll have to look at Brent's videos, but very cool. One of the vine houses says unsafe. out, you can see the old lines. This is a metal remaining. The old church. Now movie theater. And the infamous ramp up there. There's done a story on that. Where it went. Someday we will. So the church is over. We did a lot of work in here. It's got a movie theater set up. And the fascinating thing is he had to put the bar from, I think it was 1860. He put it in the church until the American Hotel is done. Very cool. That helped. Chapel movie theater. Got all kinds of VHSs and DVDs. So we can have movies up here. An old tractor. We could take all the I did finally get to meet Brent. He came out and visited with myself and a few other people that were there. It was great to meet him, but we didn't do any videos together because he was working on a project. Well, from Cerro Gordo, this truck has had it. Kind of hard to tell on the camera, but it's about ready to get a bath. So if you're ever going up Cerro Gordo, plan on car wash right after it, because gonna get this. I sure am happy to get out of California. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.